Hi, my name is Lizette. This is my boyfriend Hector, who is going to be my model for today. I want to show you guys the step-by-step process of how to apply makeup using cruelty-free products. So the first step is sunscreen. And before this, I want to let you guys know that you should be washing your face before applying anything. So as you guys can see, the sunscreen does leave a white cast. There are other sunscreens that are more affordable. I also want to mention this one retails for about $20. This one retails for about $10. So I tend to use my moisturizer right after. This is the Polypeptide Cream Moisturizer by Drunk Elephant. It retails for about $45. There's another cheap alternative that I currently don't have and I can't show you guys, but it is Bubble Slam Dunk Moisturizer that retails for about $10. So all these products that I'm using are cruelty free, and I want to explain that the products like Bubble make it very affordable to, be ethical about the choices you're making when you purchase a product. And you always want to make sure to drag your products down to the neck. Okay. So after you're done with your moisturizer, we go in with our primer. This is the Supergoop Primer. It retails for about $30. I have the e.l.f. primer, which is also cruelty-free. This one retails for about $8. Something to note is that this is a silicone-based product and this is a water-based product. So if you don't know, because you guys might be beginners, when we mix, there's 3 types of products in makeup. There's silicone-based, water-based, and oil-based. So as we know in science class, if we mix water and oil, they separate. So the same thing would happen if we were to use a water-based product and then later on a oil-based setting spray. So something to know is that Rare Beauty released an oil-based setting spray, and a lot of people complained because after they would do their makeup, all of it would just turn out really mucky and disperse, and it would look like very separated. The pores would show. So the reason for that is because the chemicals just don't mix. So today I will be using a silicone-based. e.l.f. also has a silicone-based one. It is the pink bottle. Yeah, e.l.f. is also very cruelty-free. They are PETA and Leaping Bunny approved internationally. So we actually haven't really started on the makeup, but this is very important because this is the base. So this was a lip scrub by St. Ives. It's also cruelty-free. And I apply this before I apply anything just to make sure my lips are later on soft for when I apply my lip products. So this is House of Labs. It retails for about $45. Alternative that is also cruelty-free is Maybelline Fit Me foundation, which is about $7 to $12 depending on where you get it. So like in Ulta, it can be $12, or maybe in Walmart, it can be $7. And we could blend in the foundation with either a beauty blender or a brush. I prefer a beauty blender, but brushes are also really used in the makeup industry. So something about foundation that I've learned over time is that if you have mature skin, such as like wrinkles or even these little parts of our nose where it curves inward, it's important to there's like this technique that's used where you rub it in circular motions with your hands. A lot of makeup artists do this because it just allows there to not be cakiness and for the product to not build up over time. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Add a little bit more. So after you let your foundation in, you're going to be taking a liquid blush. So I'm using the Rare Beauty liquid blush. And this is a very pigmented blush, so it's really important to just do one dot, one very small dot. An alternative for the Rare Beauty blush, because this is about $35, is the e.l.f. liquid blush. It's $7. And I also like to do two blushes. So this one is a light, the Rare Beauty one is a lighter shade, and this one is a darker shade. I like to do this right near my inner cheek, and then this darker one on the outer part of my cheek. And because these are liquids, they're a lot easier to blend. So I usually just take in my finger and blend. So after you've done your blush, you could take a liquid bronzer or a cream bronzer. So this is a cream bronzer, and I use a little brush with bristles and just put that in on the bottom of your cheekbone, I would say. So like right below you where you placed the blush. And this is Elf. So I use this one. This one was retails for $7 to $8. And then I take another beauty blender. So I do want to mention, after bronzer usually goes contour, and contour is used to basically give you the shadows back into your skin. I currently don't use contour. I feel like bronzer is enough. It gives you that warmth. So I do not have any contour, but that's always a personal choice. Next, we're gonna take the concealer by Hourglass. This retails for about $30 to $40. And a cheaper alternative, also cruelty free, is Maybelline Fit Me Concealer, which retails from $5 to $9. So concealer is typically used for under the eyes because we tend to have darker eye bags, and it also can be used for any little imperfections that you feel you want to cover. So I know my boyfriend, he doesn't really like his freckles, so he tends to I think he would want to cover it. I've never done his makeup before, so I tend to do it right underneath my mouth to cover like the darkness, and you just blend that with another beauty blender. We're going to take a setting powder. So this is loose setting powder, and this is by Huda Beauty. Another alternative is the Maybelline Fit Me. And the Maybelline Fit Me costs about $12 to $10. This one is about $40, so it's a bit of a difference. And I tend to go in with a powder puff. Make sure to always tap the excess so it can display evenly. And you typically put this underneath your eye and on your jawline. So after you've done your powder, you let there be a waiting time, and I like to go in with a fan because there is a lot of powder on it. So, and then you take a really big fluffy brush and you just take off the excess powder. And I typically go in with now my powder blushes. I have the Patrick Ta blush duo. So it comes with a cream and a powder blush. So I really love this one. It's about $36 to $40. But a really good alternative is the Maybelline Fit Me blush. It's really good. So this one retails for about $10 to $7. And next, I'm going to take a highlighter. So this is the Rare Beauty highlighter. An alternative is the ColourPop highlighter, which is about $9 to $11. This one is about $27 to $30. Highlighter is used to basically, you put it where you want the light to reflect. So in this case, I would want the light to reflect on the cheekbones. Next, we're going to be doing the eyebrows. So this is Kosas Air Brow. It is a gel. Afterwards, I just take this Maybelline Brow Fast Sculpting. So this one does have color. It's a little darker, so I don't put too much. And then I use this eyebrow pencil and spoolie and just go in again to distribute the product evenly. And I then take the e.l.f. eyeliner and this one's about $2 to $4. I really like this one. And something about eyeliner is it depends on your eye shape. So my boyfriend kind of has like hooded eyes, so I would typically do like a outward straight line. But there are some people who have like more rounder eyes, and theirs could be different. I mean, it really depends on your preference. So if you ever feel like you messed up, you can always go back with a little bit of highlighter on this dual brush and clean it up. So after you're done with your eyes, I will then go in with a bit of the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk. And a good alternative is the e.l.f. lipsticks. So they're about $5. And then I'm gonna go in with the Glossier Rose Balm, and an alternative is the e.l.f. lip gloss, which is $8. And last but certainly not least, so I have the Supergoop Resetting Spray, and then I have the Milani Make It Last Setting Spray. And this is your last step, and you close your eyes. And you typically go in with your hands or a fan, and you let it dry. Try not to make any funny faces or smile because it will crease. So yeah. And another tip, so if you ever do wear makeup, over time it'll get a little bit dispersing, or maybe you're sweating because it's hot or something. You always want to have like a small little setting powder, so it looks just like this, and you can take your puff and go in again once you're sweating. This one is Charlotte Tilbury. It retails for about $40. There is the Maybelline. Mine looks terrible. But it's about $10. So yeah. And that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I thank my boyfriend.